Selling action figures on eBay is like dating. No, you don't need to take your figures on long walks on the beach, but you do need to avoid certain red flags. This week we're going to be taking a look on how to photograph action figures to sell on eBay. Okay, first things first, dust off your action figures. You don't want your figures looking like they just stepped off the set of a show set in the 1800s. Seriously, how can a dress be that clean when the streets are basically dirt roads?
That's horseshit.
No, it's the truth.
No, that's horseshit.
Whoa, oh, that is horseshit, okay.
Deadpool here looks like he's the Amazon exclusive ashy Deadpool. Well, he's not. He's just dusty. So we'll start with him. But what are we going to use to clean this dirty D? Well, you can use a microfiber cloth if the figures are a bit dusty. I use a dust blower meant for cleaning my lens. Anything outside of your surface level cleaning, you'll need a toy bath, which is exactly what it sounds like. Okay, not exactly what you thought. Start by filling up a bucket with warm water and a squirt or two of some dish liquid. Let them soak, then use a new toothbrush to lightly scrub away grime. But don't use an old toothbrush. The gingivitis residue may damage the figure. Speaking of damage, avoid bending the joints and being too rough because warm water will loosen up the joints. Also, be careful not to scrub too hard. Let it air dry on a towel unless you want your character looking like he's taking a leak.
On your mark, get set!
Next, you'll want to use a clean, uncluttered background. You want your buyers focused on the glory of the action figure, not your collection of mismatched socks in the background. Remember, we're trying to create a superhero portrait, not a Where's Waldo. I use a paper background that I've rigged up on a long piece of dowel. The hooks screw into the drywall and allow me to easily roll the paper up and down as needed. The clamps secure the paper without marking up the table. The point to the paper is to erase the horizon line and give yourself a clean background. So make sure the paper has an arch and not a right angle. And you thought high school math was dumb.
Lights, camera, action!
Now, let's talk about lighting. We could do a whole video on this subject alone, so stay tuned for more information on dynamic lighting. If you're a lighting expert, you can make photos of an action figure look like it's a scene from a movie. But imagine the disappointment when the buyer receives this. Plus, the amount of time and effort involved doesn't make sense or even dollars, so here's a simple setup. Take two LED lights and aim them at the ceiling. This will avoid any harsh shadows. Place them in front of Deadpool here on both sides. Unfortunately, this only works on white ceilings. Any color will create a color cast on the figure.
Poser!
As for posing, make your figures look alive. I mean, who doesn't want to see Spider-Man mid-swing or a hero in an iconic superhero landing pose? Wherever you're posing, reference is key, and Google Images is your friend. There are limitations, of course. Not every character comes with swappable hands. In those situations, just choose a pose where the hands are hidden. Close-ups are great for highlighting details like the accessories, while wider shots show the full figure. And finally, remember to capture any flaws or missing accessories. Honesty is the best policy here. I broke a knife from the Mafex Joker and carefully glued it back together. Being upfront in the description and the images avoided any refunds or returns, which is kind of a big deal when shipping can be just as much as the figure.
Ah, shoot.
Now it's time to shoot. Whether you want to use a camera or a phone, play around, try some different angles and take multiple photos. It's not like you're using a Polaroid camera. And lastly, have some fun. This is the last hurrah with this figure, so send it off with a reminder of why you bought it in the first place. Alright, now you're all set to create clean, presentable photos that'll help your action figure fly off your eBay store's virtual shelf. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more reviews and figure selling advice. And remember, sell responsibly.